In this video, we will learn how we can update the actual progress in MS project. So first we will collect the actual resources. Actual resources means manpower, material and machinery, then overhead expenses from the site. We can collect by the DPR report. DPR, the daily progress report. We can collect the actual progress from by email. We can collect the actual progress by telephonic conversation or on a WhatsApp. So it's depend on the company policy. Okay, so we will learn how we can update the actual progress into MS project. Okay, so we have added all the required columns you can see here. So next what we have to do, let's start to update this task. First you can see project work start, that is the milestone. Okay, so uh, let's update first milestone. So you can see here we can increase like this. We can increase in under the percentage completion we can update like this, or let me show you. You can see here on 100% complete. Here is the 75% complete, 50% complete, 25% complete. Then we have here 0% complete. So directly we can click on this uh, percentage completion. Okay, so this will be the update. You can see here. Okay, so let me show you one thing more. You can see here mark on track. So we can also use this option. Let's suppose next we have here the resource mobilization, and if I click on here, so update the task, we can update from here using this tab dialog box. You can see here under the mark on track. So you can see here we can put here 100% actual duration, etc. Even we can choose the actual start and actual finish. So what actually we don't need to choose start and finish because system will calculate automatically. Okay, so you can use this option, or you can put the directly information uh, in this window. Okay, so it's up to you. Okay, so next, we have the resource mobilization. The resource mobilization is the activity because we have here we have entered here 7 days. It's a planned duration. Okay, so let me clear one thing here, please. You know, a task will we count three conditions of a task, that a task can be complete on time. Second, it can complete earlier. Okay, third, it can complete late. It can get late, you understand. So it will be based, or it will be depend on the completion of that particular task. Okay, so let's suppose we are just going to suppose here. Okay, so we are going to suppose here that resource mobilization task we have completed 3 days late. Okay, plan duration is the 7 days, but we spent 3 days extra. Let's suppose this information we get from our DPR report. Okay, so let's start it. So first of all, we will update here. We will update to this task. Let's suppose I will click on the 100% complete, the button. So this task has been completed by 100%. And let me show you. In actual column, you can see we have here 7 days. Okay, so there is no difference and there is no variance in the duration variance. Okay, let me show you one thing more, please. Okay, so here, okay, let me, I want to show you one column. Let me show you. Here you can see a column, start and finish, start and baseline finish. So this is the task. You can see still we have the, sorry, this is the task. This is the task. Okay. This is the task, okay, and its start date you can see here, and then finish date, okay. And same we have start and finish date. Under start and finish, these start and finish will be the actual, and you can see here the baseline, start and baseline finish. You can see we have the same start finish, then same start and finish here, okay. So there is no changes, okay. Look, let's suppose this activity took 3 days extra to complete. So what we will do, we will update here. We will update in this option. So we have enter here 10 days. Baseline is the on 7 days. We have spent 10 days to complete this specific task. That is the resource mobilization. And now you can see 3 days in a variance. Okay, so it's mean we spent 3 days extra. If we move to the, if the start date is the same like before, but now finish date has been changed. Why? Because we spent 3 days extra to complete this task. Okay, so next you can see here there is no changes in baseline start and baseline finish. You understand? But let me show you one more thing here. Uh, if I can show you, you can see we have 3 days extra. So 3 days, you can see 3 days. This bar will be moved. Okay. So let me show you, please. You can see this is the yellow is the bar. Okay. So it means we have spent 3 days extra. So the actual will be increased and actual will become greater. Okay. So let me show you here, please. Again, I'm going to put here 7 days and uh, remaining and variance. Let me put here the zero. Okay, so remaining, when I put here zero, so it will be okay. Now you can see there is no difference because it is 100% completed. Okay, so you can see there is a no difference. So same bars we have here. So in the middle you can see the dark. Okay, so that is the actual actually. Okay, so you can see. Okay, so when we will put here actual 10 days, look, so it will be automatically increase. You can see. So now you can see we have here 3 days. So now let me repeat it again, please. The planned duration, baseline duration of this activity is 7 days, but we spent 10 days. And you can say we spent 3 days extra to complete this task. 3 days we have in a variance. Start date and finish date you can see has been changed. According to the baseline, you can see here it should be complete on 18 Feb. You can see here. Okay, so this task has been updated, and baseline you can see will not change. Okay, so that's why we always say the baseline is the fixed reference point. Okay, to measure the project progress. So now, first we have updated the duration. Okay, so next step we will update the actual resources, manpower, material, machinery, and overhead expenses. Okay, so how to update the actual resources? We will go to the drop down button of Gantt chart. Then you can see here task usage. Okay, let me show you. This is the task resource mobilization, and we have assigned helper, general labor, and we have also assigned the resource mobilization on this task. Okay, resource mobilization is the, you can say, is the cost. Okay, okay, so right click here and then first make sure uncheck this hide the cost. Okay, we don't need the cost now. Click on save first, Again, right click here. You can see here the actual work. Simple click on actual work. And you can see we have the work, then actual work, work, then actual work, work, then actual. You can see here. So you can add like this. Understand? Okay, so this is the task resource mobilization, and we have to update its actual resources. So we will choose this column, that is the actual work column. Okay, so now you can see the plan was 240 hours against the helper. Okay, you can see here, but let's suppose we received 300. I'm just going to enter here. Look, I have just updated 300. Actual units 300. Okay, let's suppose this information we have collect from this site that we have spent 300 hours of helper to complete this task. Then second, general labor, you can see here. Units plan, you can see work is the 400 and actual is the same, still you can see. But according to the DPR or according to the actual resources, we have spent four. We have already four. So let me increase. Let's suppose we have spent 500 hours of a general labor in actual. Okay, look, we have updated. Okay, so we have updated. So the manpower, material, and machinery we will update from the uh, activity usage spreadsheet like this. Okay, so next you can see this is the resource mobilization, but you cannot see at the front of resource mobilization because there are no units for the resource mobilization because this is the cost. Okay, so how we will update the cost? We will go to the again Gantt chart. Here is the Gantt chart. Then we will go to the details which we have under the task. You can see here, then you can see bottom window will appear, then right click here, then go to the cost, and now we will not update other for the journal for the helper because journal helpers and helpers are the manpower and we have assigned from in the units, and we have updated in the activity usage spreadsheet. But now we have to update only the resource mobilization, that is the cost. Suppose baseline cost is the 10,000. Suppose we have spent 2,000 extra, means we have pay 12,000. Okay, so this is the simple example. Okay, so we will enter under the actual cost column. Okay, so now simply click on OK. Okay, so remaining you can see we have zero now after clicking on OK. So this activity and this task has been updated. Okay, look, we will move to the cost and let me show you. This was our baseline cost, you can see here, and this cost is the actual. Baseline was $16,160, but in actual we have spent 23,000. So you can see we have spent extra $6,840. So you can see it will be added on in the cumulative on the top 6840. Okay, let me repeat please. First, we will update by 100%. Okay, then in actual duration column, we will enter the actual duration that can be less than baseline or that can be greater than baseline or more than baseline. Okay, then we will go to the, let me save this please. Then we will go to the task usage, and we will update under the actual. You can add actual. Okay, so we will actual update here. Then we will go to the details, and from the we will right click here if you will not have these things. So right click here, then cost, and you will update the cost under the actual cost column. So this is the way. So system will do everything automatically. Okay, so like this we can update our schedule. So this you can see preparation phase is the 33% completed, but overall you can see percentage we have 2%. Okay, that will be the project percentage completion. Okay, so this is the phase wise. Okay, so now let's move to the, let me hide the first bottom detail window now. Next, let's move to the site clearance, and let's update the site clearance. Suppose this site clearance is 100% completed, and again I am going to enter here actual 2 days extra. This is just for learning purpose. Okay, so look, I will enter here, let's suppose 17 days. So now you can see in a minus. So, sorry, this is the actually in a minus. Okay, we have, because we have spent extra days. 3, then 2, and here you will be able to see total variance in 5 days. Now you can see the baseline duration will not change at all. Okay, so actual is the this duration column is going to change with the actual. Okay, so after updating the actual duration, let's move. Okay, so before moving you can see here, this was our, let me crop please. Here is the baseline, and we have spent extra 2 days, so it will be okay here like this. Now go to the drop down of Gantt chart, then go to the task usage, and here is the site clearance. Okay, so under site clearance we will update the actual units. Okay, so you can see this is the site clearance. Okay, so on a site clearance we have assigned manager, PM, project manager, site engineer, machine operator, excavator, then bulldozer. So here we have the units. So for these project man, because we have spent 2 days extra to complete this task, so we can say now we can add like 16 hours. Okay, so let's suppose uh, add here 10 hours extra. So before you can see we have here 136. That was the plan. Let's enter it 150. Okay, simple, round it. Okay, fine. So we will update the actual, okay, actual work. We have updated the project manager. Next, move to the site engineer. Here is the site engineer 136. We have units, so let's update 150 for the site engineer. Let's so we spend 150 units for the site engineer. Next, we have the machine operator. You can see machine operator 272 units, and let's suppose we have spent here to 85 to 85. Then excavator 136. Let's suppose we have spent 140. Bulldozer 136 units. Let's suppose we spend 140. So this is the way we will update the actual units. Okay, so I think we don't have any other cost here like the overhead expenses. You can see all these we have only the units. Okay, so hours for the project manager, site engineer, machine operator, excavator, then bulldozer. Okay, so you can see. Now we will go to the Gantt chart, then Gantt chart. Okay, so look. So this was our plan. This is our actual. Okay, plan was 34,800. Then we in actual we spent 41,400, and this is the extra. Okay, 66,600 or 6,600. So both will be the add up. Okay, so yes, sum here we have the sum $13,440. Okay, let's next move to the next activity or task that we have the this layout marking. Oh, now this activity is completed, and let's we have spent 3 days only to complete this task. So resource mobilization and site clearance we have updated late. Okay, so one example, early updating. Okay, so look, we have spent 3 days as baseline was, the baseline, so 5 days, but we have spent 3 days. So now you can see actually system when we will save the duration, when we will complete any task earlier, before means it's a completion date. So system actually that duration we will show in the minus. So this is the actually positive, and without minus you can see there that is the negative. So overall difference is here, you can see minus, actually this is the minus 3 days. Okay, so now you can see overall project is completed 7%, but preparation phase has been completed 100%. Okay, the planned duration, baseline duration, you can see was 27. You can see it's not going to change, but actual we have spent 3 days, 30 days. Okay, so mean we have spent 3 days extra, you can see here. Okay, extra 3 days. So this is the way, this is the method how we can update the duration and actual resources, manpower, material, machinery. Okay, so now please you can see here what we have. This is the plan baseline cost, and this is the actual cost, you can see. So here is the binner bracket, it's mean we have saved this amount. Okay, so the baseline was $6,960, but we have spent 4,176 dollars. So you can see, so actually is less than the baseline. So 2,784 is the our saving. So before it was over allocation, and we have here the saving, but overall difference that is the still we have in a minus 10,656. Okay, so now the important thing, please. Uh, Here you can see we have the actual finish of this task. You can see that is the actual finish. Okay, we have updated up to the layout marking. Okay, so up to layout marking, here you can see we have a 21st March here. So next what we have to do, we have to update the status of our project. Let me show you. We can go to the product, we can go to the product, then click on the product information, and we can choose from here the product status. Okay, it's very important to calculate the accurate EVM and value management. Okay, and the other variances, you should choose the status date. Okay, so you can see you can choose from here like this. You can go to the, let's suppose we have the last activity we have updated on the finish date is the 21st, so you can choose from the 21st. You can see like this. I'm going to cancel. We can also, I am going to also show you one more thing, that here you can see update under product. You can see status date. We can also choose the status days from the this option. And you can see here we have the update. Click on it and you can update work as completed through set on 0 to 100%, and you can also set the status date from here. Okay, so you have different options you can update. So let's update from here. So we have to choose this status date, that is the 21st. Okay, so 21st March. Let's choose the 21st. Click on OK. So we have updated the status date. Okay, so this is the way that how we can update our actual progress in our AMS project. Okay, so I hope everything is clear. Thank you so much for watching this video. See you in the next video.